Hi, this is Mark from Orange Rocket. This is a very brief video to talk you through some of the basic numbers of Amazon products and Amazon product advertising and how one relates to the other. So it's important when we work on Amazon advertising for anyone that we understand the basic numbers behind the products that we're advertising so that we can set the appropriate ACOSs or TACOS or any of the other numbers we understand. So let's just take an example here. So this is just a dog bed, just a simple example that I've pulled up. 30% conversion rate. Let's say we're selling it for $29.99. It costs $7 to produce. Let's say, for example, we're producing it abroad in India and we're having it shipped into the US. So it costs $6 to ship it in. Now, pick and pack is Amazon's cost to deliver it to a customer. So if you're doing FBM, fulfilled by merchant, then that may be your own cost that you have to apportion in there. And the referral fee is simply the commission that Amazon charges for selling on their platform. So if that was Shopify, that would be a different cost. If it was Walmart, it would be a different cost. So the cost of goods is simply these three numbers added together. In this case, it's $20.78. So if we bring it down here, now it's important to stress that this is pre-advert. So we haven't done any advertising yet. We've sold a product and we generated $29.99 for it. Now our cost of goods to produce and get that into the hands of one of our customers was $20.78. So we made the difference between the two. We made $9.21 in profit. And that's a 30% profit, which is this divided by this. So we just one divided by the other expressed as a percentage. Quite a straightforward calculation. We made about a third, which is fairly typical of where we often are. But when we come to add in advertising, then we need to think about, well, how much are we going to advertise our product? So let's say, for example, we spent $100. And that generated $500 of sales. Doesn't matter what period this is over, but the ACOS, which is simply sales divided by spend, it's an efficiency measure. So, a lot of people focus very heavily on ACOS. We use it just as one measure. It's dangerous looking at it on its own. There are a number of other factors that affect whether advertising is working or doing what your objectives are. So ACOS on its own is not a particularly accurate way of just measuring how well your advertising is doing. But in this example, we can see that we're spending 20% of our retail revenue on advertising. So we spent $100, we generated sales. So our ACOS is 20%. So we can see that if this was just this product, and this is where sometimes things can get a little bit more difficult, is if you've got multiple products and campaigns, which we very strongly suggest you don't, then it becomes a harder calculation, and we can show you at some point future videos how you can split them out by product. So your net profit is 10%, so it's simply that minus that, which is 10.72. And if you wanted to express that as a dollar amount, then $3.21, which isn't very much. So let's say, for example, we decided to put the price up. We can see that we get the price. Now, obviously, our sales may drop as a result of that, and that's a whole different calculation. Let's say we were really good at negotiating and got it down to $6, and shipping prices were a bit more competitive, which is definitely not what's happening at the moment. We can see that all of this affects what we do in terms of profitability. Let's say, for example, we had a bad month and we spent a lot of money on our adverts, so then it becomes a net loss for the month. Now that may or may not be a deliberate act, depending on what you're trying to do. So that's kind of where we calculate net profits, and we use these to do what we would regard as one of the most important calculations as a starting point, which would be break-even ACOS, which is the same as profit margin. So that we know if our ACOS was to go above our profit percentage, if we went up to, I don't know, sort of like 250, no, that's a bit higher, so about 200, then, you know, we're going to be 220, we're going to be making, so once we go to, you know, around 44% ACOS, which is our profit percentage, that's when we get down to net profit of 0, and that's what we refer to as our break-even ACOS. And so anything over that, we'll be making a loss on each sale, and that obviously is not good on a long-term basis. I hope that all makes sense, and if you've got any questions, check out our website or any of our social media, and we'd be happy to answer any questions free of charge and no obligation. Thanks.